Here we go. Welcome to episode 4. Hey, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment below on how you found me. Other than that, I'm Nick Andrade, here to help you build muscle faster in episode 4. Alright. I had a pretty great weekend with family and everything. Just want you to know that, there's gonna be times where you get off track, and you have to know that it's normal when you do get off track, but you got to know how to bounce back. You got to be able to know that vision, know that goal that you're working for. Because, in life, there's a lot of great things, great opportunities around you. And if family is one of them, don't miss that opportunity with them. So I'm not competing. I'm not trying to compete for a show or anything. So if you are trying to compete for a show, then it's going to be different. You shouldn't mess with your diet, but still go enjoy yourself with family. What I'm trying to tell you is it's okay to live a little. This weekend was amazing. My cousin got married. My dad's birthday, 60th. That's something. My girlfriend's aunt's 50th. So I had a lot going on, and I'm just being honest with you. I don't drink anymore like I used to. And this weekend I drank, but I didn't drink where I got sauced. I had probably Friday night I had three beers. Saturday I had 3, and Sunday I had 3. So, and you know what? I knew I could do that because, like I was telling you before, I'm not competing. I'm just trying to put on some size. If I was trying to compete, if I was trying to diet down and get my body to a point, really, really lean, then I wouldn't have done that. But I'm trying to put on size, and I do good during the week. On the weekend, this is a special occasion for me to do something like this. And drinking isn't a priority of mine. So it has to be a special occasion for me to drink. So I want you to know that, there's a time and a place for it. And I had that time. I had that place, the time for it. But I didn't get sauce where it ruined my next day. I was able to still do things. So I want you to know that. And I just wanted to tell you this because this is episode 4, and this is the road for me to building muscle, and I want to show you what it takes, but I also want to show you what being human is like, and enjoying people that matter to me in my life. My values are my faith, family, health, and wealth. So, of course, the drinking was going to be involved with family, and that's why I enjoyed myself. I had a couple pops, so don't put that on me. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. I don't know where Ricky Bobby's coming from, but it's just one of those times. But anyway, all right, so episode 4, we are on our 3rd week of a push-pull, and I'm excited because I'm doing something different with my chin-ups. But anyways, feeling good. I woke up this morning, honestly, I wasn't bloated at all. Weight's at 175, so looking to increase that. It's only September 7th. So, welcome to the video. All right, my dudes, I just got done with the workout. I did 5 exercises. I wanted to do at least 1 or 2 more, but I got a client here in about 10 minutes, so I'm trying to get a quick breakfast in. I'm having chicken for breakfast. I've been doing that for a while. Usually I'll do that or like a fish. Just get a good protein source in, and then I'm doing some oatmeal. After my workout, I have a post-workout shake, so I'm just trying to get those calories in, but I'm looking at about those good quality calories coming from good sources of food, so my body could utilize throughout the day. And that's what it's about, boys. Eating good, and that's what it's going to take to put on that size. Next one, we got a prone line lateral raise, so it's on an incline 15 degrees. So what this is doing is it's working trap 3. We're getting trap 3 involved. So there's a lot of, your traps have 3 different heads. Usually trap 3 and trap 2 are very, underutilized. We don't utilize them a lot. We always like to train the stuff that we see, and you don't see trap 3, and trap 2 is like in the middle of your rhomboid. So trap 3 for this one is, think of lateral raise, yes, but your arms stiff. Arms are stiff, neutral. I'm gonna raise my shoulders back, so I'm driving my shoulders up, like I'm rounding my shoulders back, and I'm driving my shoulder blades to my spine. And then from here, lateral raise. And then you protract, retract. You keep going. Again, for you to know you're doing this right is your chest should come off the bench. And feel like your shoulders are driven into your upper part of your back. So we got 8 to 10 reps there. And then right from there, we're going to do a standing good morning. I'll show you real quick. Standing good morning is good for getting the hips involved. If someone has weak hips, especially a hip rotator, hip flexors, this is a great exercise to do before we even get into the big stuff. Because again, Danny came to me. He had some lower body issues, just like all my other clients have some issues that need to be brought up, or not issues, but they're weak points on the lower half of the body. So Danny's hips were weak, so we're just strengthening that, and then we're going to get into the bigger stuff like the squats. Too bad we're not doing the split squats today. Danny hates those. So we're gonna do a standing good morning. So whenever we do a standing good morning, we want to make sure we have our hands outside of our feet. I'm going to go my feet are a little outside my shoulder width. So that means I got to put my hand placing on the bars got to be wider than my feet position. So drive the bar into your traps. First moving part is my hips going back. Big chest, keep arching your lower back. You want to feel tension on your lower back the whole time. I like to say glued to the floor because a lot of people's toes like to come up. So we want to make sure that we're driving, our feet are glued to the floor, we're driving at the hips, head staying neutral the whole time. And you're going to feel some in the hamstrings. But I want you to focus on driving your hips through to get yourself up. So you shouldn't feel any like lower back pain besides tension in your lower part of the back, lower lumbar of the back, because we're strengthening the erectors again on the back. So when it comes to doing front squats, barbell back squats, our spine is able to handle that load and we're not going to get injured. Most importantly, he's going to feel like butter when he does a squat because we're doing all the remedial work where we're strengthening the smaller muscles and it's going to add up to the bigger stuff. And that's what we're trying to do with Danny, because eventually next month I'll be having him, we're going to do like slow eccentric stuff. I'm going to have him do front squats. So there's a lot that gets involved in the front squat. So I'm having her do a front squat here. A front squat, you want to make sure when you're doing a front squat, one, you can be able to hold the bar like this. Your bicep, your tricep should be parallel to the floor. So we want to make sure if you can't do that, then we got to stretch your lats. Usually the lats are tight, and that's what's preventing you to holding the bar like this. A lot of benefits out of the front squat. And big one in the front squat, if your ankle mobility sucks, make sure you elevate your heels. That's going to increase more knee drive over your feet. So right now I'm just going to throw some weight on. We're warming up. We're just sticking with one exercise for the front squat because it's a lot on the body, a lot going on. So we're going to throw some weight on here and just warming up, building up to your working weight. First moving part is her knees. Her knees are going down, and you want to make sure that her hips just follow, they stay in a straight line. If your hips take over right away, that means your ankle range of motion is poor, so we got to increase that, and there's ways we can do to increase that, which I'll show you here in a minute. So Rach, let's hit 3 here. You got 4 seconds down. Stay tall, upper body. So you see how she's holding it up. Arms are parallel to the floor. First moving part is her knees going forward. Good. And her feet are staying flat. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Watch her lower back. If her lower back shoots out more, that means her ankle mobility sucks, and we got to increase that. That's just something to look for when you're front squat. And a big thing too is when you front squat, you want to at least 6 reps. Nothing more than that, because front squat is you're putting a lot of load on the body. At least 70 to 100% of your 1 rep max. That's what the amount of weight you should have on the bar. You're looking for promoting muscle damage on the body. If you're doing it for reps, you're not doing anything good for your body. And another, you don't want to hurt yourself. It's a big lift. Put a lot of tension on the spine, the erectors. So that's what is great with this lift. And we're doing a little 2-minute rest here. Again, bigger movement, lower reps means rest is increased. There's a lot going on. He's hungover. Lesson learned here. Alcohol and building muscle. Building muscle doesn't go together.
Well, alcohol and having fun does.
Alcohol and fun does, but then it throws away 2 days.
If you had fun.
This is gonna be our first working set. We guys are doing 70 pounds. All right, 70 pounds. But again, for a girl to do a front squat, that's tough, especially doing it right. And we're working with 4-second eccentric, so that's the lowering part.
He wants to.
I want to torture her. No, but she's.
That's what you get for taking those shots.
She's my girl though, so I'm trying to build her. I want to shape her. So I know.
These guys built together, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love this. All right, let's hit this right now, folks. Focus on letting your knees go as far over your feet as possible while maintaining your feet being flat. You can find your chance up somewhere. Here you go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Her left ankle got rested good. Her left ankle is a little bit lacking the range of motion that I was looking for. Because if in the video, I don't know if you see this, but when she was squatting, I think I gotta look at it actually, but I think the bar was shifting this way.
It was shifting a little bit. I don't know what way it was though.
Now I'm trying to think about it. But if the bar was shifting this way, that means her knee drive was better. Ankle range of motion was better on her right foot than her left. So yeah, it was. So her left is lacking the range. So there's little things we could do real quick to increase that. So Rach, we're gonna do foot here. So Dan, this is something good for you to know too. If you guys have tight, your ankles mobility. I'm just having a hard time saying that today. But if you want to increase your range of motion in your ankles, there's 2 ways. There's actually a couple ways to do this. We're only doing 2 right now. So I have my foot on a slant right now, but you want to act like your feet are grabbing the floor. But I'm leaning forward first, making sure my foot's staying flat. And I'm gonna grab the board with my feet for 8 seconds. So right now I'm grabbing the board for 8 seconds. And then as you get to 8, you're gonna inhale and then exhale. As I exhale, I'm relaxing my foot and I'm able to increase that stretch going forward with my body while maintaining my foot being flat. I'm gonna grab the floor again, 8 seconds. And then relax. And then I'm able to increase that range. We do this four times, 8 seconds each. So I'm gonna have her go. So Rach, you wanna go, so lean forward here. So you wanna go to the point where you feel that tension. So if you feel that tension, stop and try to grab the floor with your feet like you're trying to grab it. Yes, grab that and count to 8 seconds in your head while you're grabbing that. As you hit to 8, deep breath in and relax. As you relax, you should be able to increase that stretch going forward. And then once you feel that tension again, grab the floor again, 8 seconds. And then inhale. And then exhale. Increase range by going more forward while maintaining the flat foot position. Grab the floor again. And then do one more, the 4th one. So she's increasing it every time as she grabs the floor. As she hits that 8 seconds, she relaxes. and she should have felt like it increased each one every time she relaxed. So that's something you could do. You could do to work on 3 days a week if you have bad range of motion in your ankles. So, Rach, let's hit this. This is gonna be our second set. Let's see if it increased. Let's see if that range of motion in her ankles increased. So she had it. It increased it a little bit, but she still had a little, not the best, but it's definitely better. But if she kept doing this, doing those stretches and doing the band stretch, her range of motion in her ankles is going to increase so much. So it's part of just being consistent with that, little things like that. And that's why it's good to have a coach. I hired a coach, and he was able to tell me things I had no idea I knew about. It's just having a second eye on you. And then that person has to know what they're talking about too, and you'll know that right away when you meet that person. Quit drinking my drink. Drink my purple
She's
drink.
like, nah, fuck you, talking shit about my ankles.
We reached the end of the video. I just want to talk about how we could increase our range of motion in our shoulder when we do an external or internal rotation. This plays a big role. I actually was watching a video of a close friend doing a shoulder press here, and I'll show you. I'll pull it up right here. It's going to be showing her doing a seated military press, but it just shows me like she was doing it on a fixed machine, like a Smith machine, and she wasn't able to go over her head completely. She was more pushing out in front, and her arms were going out to the side, or out in front instead of over the top. And there's things that we could do to increase that, but if you are not going to grow and you are not going to be able to have a stronger bench press if your shoulder mobilization isn't where it needs to be, and we need to be able to increase that, and we're going to prevent a lot of injury in the shoulders. So if you want to increase your bench press, it all starts with doing more overhead work. But we can't do overhead work if you got limitations in your range of motion with your shoulder. This is super important, right? Think about your shoulder as your brake pads. If your brake pads are weaker, and you start going to do overhead work or bench pressing, eventually you're going to start experiencing pain. So, and we don't want that. So how could we increase the range of motion in the shoulder? Well, there's an exercise we could do, which you'll see right here, and then there's stretching we could do. Big thing I want you to know is that your chest, your pectoral minor, is connected to your delt, right? So if your chest is tight, your pectoral minor, or major, relatively the whole chest, is tight. It plays a big role when you bring your arm back, when you're externally rotating your arm back, right? So if you can't do this, meaning if you can't go behind your body at least 30 degrees while maintaining a neutral position, right? We're not compensating by lifting up my chest to increase that range behind my body, then we got problems. We got lack of range of motion in our shoulder due to possibly a tight chest, right? Rotator cuff. And there's things that we could do to increase that. So I want you to know, if you're experiencing this, it's okay, but you have to be honest with yourself. And this is how you can tell if you have a lack of range of motion in your shoulder. So what you're going to do is make sure I want you to do this in a seated position because it's easy to maintain a neutral position. Your ribs are tucked in, right, obviously above your hips, right? We don't want to lift our chest up. We want everything to be tucked in. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your arm out to the side, right? And I want you to try to externally rotate your arm behind your body, right, without lifting up your chest. So right now, this is me in neutral position. I'm going to try to rotate my arm behind my body. Here we go. See, I'm not optimal. I'm not just quite 30 degrees, but it's better than usually what I see as a trainer with my clients is when I see new people, usually I see their arm forward like this, and this is as far as they could bring it up, or they're just about even with their body, right? So in that case, we shouldn't be doing any overhead work right away, and we should not be doing any chest work because your range of motion is not 100%, and that could cause issues if you keep doing things overhead or chest work. You could get injured, and we don't want that. If you want to put on muscle faster, you got to be willing to do the things that not many people are doing, and this is stretching properly, stretching in the right way, and being able to work on the detail work. So like the exercise that you just saw, here it is again. You'll see the exercise. Stuff like that's going to help you so much. But other than that, I just wanted to go through that because me being an ex-baseball player, I wish I would have known this playing. I did do a lot of band work, which is why my external rotation isn't that bad. It could be a lot worse, but I just wish I knew how to strengthen it, with weights the right way. That would progress me so much further. And being able to know how to stretch properly before exercise or before playing a game, for me, baseball. But other than that, I really hope that you found this valuable. If you do, make sure you give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, let me know if you're going to try this, and let me know if you have any questions. But you saw the exercises to do, and make sure that you utilize this because it's going to make you feel a lot better. Shoulder pain, don't avoid it. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with your shoulder. Usually a dull pain is telling you like, hey buddy, like something's wrong. You got to do something to me, aka strengthen me. Lay off the bigger movements. Do the little small detail work. That stuff matters because we want to form longevity here. We want to form you to be able to move more efficiently without pain. So that's the whole goal. Other than that, make sure you definitely give me a thumbs up because a small YouTuber, my goal is try to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I know I won't get there if it's without your help. So you helping me means a lot. I got so much more in store for you. So again, keep helping a brother out. I want to help a brother out as much as I can. I love being able to be there for you. So stay tuned. This is episode 4 to Building Muscle Training Edition. And I'll see you guys later.